Welcome to Desert Owl Crafting. I'm Christy. Good morning, everyone. How are you today? I hope you all had a good week and a nice Valentine's Day. Today is Friday, the 17th of February. Halfway over already. I can't help but remark on it that the time is just going by so crazy fast. Today, what I have for you are some items that Fansells sent me for review. I love Fansells. They're an extremely budget-friendly store, and what they offer for the price is, to me, crazy. Really massive selection on diamond painting, cross stitch, puzzles, resin, wax seals, all kinds of crafting things with just a massive selection and really good prices. So we're going to get looking at this here in a second, but before we start, I'd like to give a big hello to all my subscribers and my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and for watching my videos. It means so much to me. And if you do like this video, hit that like button because it does help out with YouTube's algorithm. So let's get this going, not waste any more time. So how y'all been? I hope you all have been great. I hope you're working on some pretty projects. I know it's been pretty cold here in western Arizona. We were going to barbecue last night, and my husband took one step out the door and said, no, we've got big winds going on, and it was like 42 degrees. So, ixnay on that one. All right, the first thing I have here. Now, I know it's not Christmas anymore, but I just love these snowmen. It's called Snowmen and Umbrella. Now this is got the Joy Sunday logo. Let me get this out of the way. But it's not Joy Sunday kit. They do have Joy Sunday section, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah. If you go to their cross stitch, if you go to their webpage, I'll have a link down below. They do have a Joy Sunday section, and they also break their cross stitches down into 11 count cross stitch, 14 count cross stitch, stamped and counted canvases, and bead cross stitch, which is generally the little keychainy kind of things. I think maybe even some bookmarks. But let's look at this without the glare from the lights. Now this is a 14 count, so you'll use 2 strands of floss. It's cotton thread, cotton fabric, but I just thought those little snowmen with the umbrella were adorable. Absolutely adorable. So let's look at it. Now here we've got the nice pattern. There is going to be some back stitching here. My question to you all is, when you have like these are like little bits of snow, I have a feeling. So do you just do a little section and then underneath just travel over to the new section, or do you tie each little section off? How do you recommend for something like that? Nice pattern with the grid on it. This one isn't quite as glossy as some that we've seen. Now this one has 20 colors and one back stitch color, and the back stitch color is all going to be black 310. It's 331 stitches wide by 64 tall, so it's going to be long and skinny. So 20 colors. I think that's about right. That's all you really need for this. Okay. Now let's look at the pattern before we look at the floss. Yep, sure enough, this is a long and skinny one. The fabric, the canvas is stiff. I say fabric, not canvas. It's stiff, but you know, you can scrunch it up. It's not going to hurt anything. It's got your legend at the bottom with DMC codes, so if you run out of a thread, you can either contact the seller and use the item number up here so they know what kit it is, or if you happen to have some spare floss sitting around, see if you have that color. So yeah, this is really long, and then this is really cute. Oh, it's so cute. And then these areas like in the background, you just won't even have to stitch those at all. I just thought this was fun. I just thought this looked really fun, and I liked the size of it too. One thing I forgot to mention, this does come in like a Ziploc kind of bag. So when you're not working on it, you can stick everything back inside and seal it up. And when you're finished with your project, you can even use this bag for a new project. I absolutely love the instructions on the back of this. So it tells you how to choose your thread, how to separate your strands, how to do unprinted, not stamped, stamped and unstamped. Tells you how to find your colors, how to stitch on a counted kit that's not stamped, with some tips, and then how to rinse all this ink out afterwards. I've done it. It rinses out really easy. And then a picture description of the actual stitches. You will only use a whole stitch for this, and then a back stitch over here. So it's nice and simple. Nothing complicated about that. The colors on this will not match your floss. That's for a good reason. That's for contrast, so that you can see these easier. You know, floss comes in so many shades, and you can get a lot of shades that are similar but just a little bit different, and this just makes it easier to see where to place the correct colors. So for instance, on, let's go with this yellow, number 20, that's 5200, so that would be a white, and it says number 20, so you'll go over here, you'll find number 20 on your organizer card, and then that's what you would use. These floss are in 6 strands, so you will pull 2 out and put those through your needle. We've got some really pretty colors. It's like almost rainbow colors here. We've got one, that's gray, so we've got 4 different shades of blue. We've got like an ivory, orange, yellow, 3 greens, peach. Oh, actually, that's more of an orange. Here's a dark red, another orange, and some grays. Nice soft floss. And then they give you 2 needles. Now this does not have the item number on it, so out of those numbers, which one was the item number? So the KB056 is the item number. I would write this on your floss card in case these two get separated for any reason. Then you will know that these threads go with this pattern. And then it tells you here this is 14 count and you'll use 2 threads. So I like this. Sometimes I'll take them off of here and put them on a plastic one, only because sometimes in my impatience I have pulled too hard and ripped one of these. So you don't have to, but sometimes I do. I think it's only with the big ones that have just this thing is just bulging with floss that I've actually had the problem. But this is really cute. Really, really cute. Nice and wintry. I really think it's more of a wintry picture than a Christmas picture. And when you look at it, I love the splashes of color. It kind of reminds me of that city scene I'm doing with the people walking around across the bridge, and they all have a different color umbrella. And that's really the main, the only little splashes of color, because the buildings are all gray. And yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. And yes, I am currently working on that one too. Okay, when I made a little more progress, I will do a video and show you what I've been working on. I've also been working on those lovebirds that I showed you last week, that their heads make a heart. They are so pretty, but boy, that's a time-consuming pattern. It's 14 count, and there's a lot of jumping around with colors. There's not a lot of color blocking, so it's taking a little bit longer than I thought it would. So here's this kit, and I will list the prices down below because off the top of my head I don't know what they are right now. Okay, the other thing I got, speaking of floss organizers, and I think that's really great, they sent this in a box. Now this is real thick plastic. And it looks like it's probably, you know, that Disney movie with the girl with the red hair who could do the bows and arrows really well. I think that reminds me of her. but there are 20. Oh, that's really dark to see down here. I would put stickers on here just to see 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. There's 36 spots on here. So if you wanted to transfer the thread from one of your projects over here, you would attach it the same way, and then you could have this instead. Just kind of brings a little color to your stitching. Let's see if I turn that off. Maybe if I'll get rid of the little glare. Yeah, it's really nice. I like that. Nice thick plastic. This will last a long time. So I'll have the price for that down below in the description also. And then here's another thing I got. I think this was actually 32 cents because I was shocked at the price. I remembered that one. But this is poofy tape that you can use to like wrap around your finger. I know that sometimes this finger gets pretty chewed up when I'm stitching because I'll poke myself just repeatedly. And then you can wrap this around. Let's see if I can get it off here. Let's cut off a little piece. And it stretches. It reminds me of medical tape. I guess you could even use it as medical tape, I suppose, for a bandage or something. It reminds me of the stuff they put when you have blood drawn and they wrap it around your arm. But I don't think I necessarily need this big of a piece, but you can wrap it around. It sticks to itself, and then when you're stitching, the needle will poke this, not you. So I thought, I've never tried this before. So for 32 cents, why not? Let's give it a shot, see how it works. I think it's a great idea if it works. So let's see. And they had all different ones to choose from, all different patterns. So I thought that was really cool. I had to give that a try. Now this one I'm just hoping to love. I'm hoping to love this. I think this design is just adorable. Absolutely adorable. You've got your owls. Different kinds too. Sitting in like a wreath with pine cones and berries and leaves. What makes this different? Oh, look at all that. Oh, and they give you a little toolkit too. And here's the pattern. But what makes this different is that it's a pillowcase cover. And I thought, oh, I'm going to give that a try. You know I like my pillowcases. Let's see how they've done this. So right off the bat, I can tell you, let's see if I can lift this up a little bit so you can see better. Okay, that this has not just one zipper along the end. This has a three-sided zipper. So you can work on it like a regular cross stitch. And this is very, very soft. This is almost like a fake kind of suede maybe. So it has a zipper on three sides. Down the side, at the bottom. It's only connected at the top. So when you try to do some of these cross-stitch pillowcases and they only have the zipper up the back, man, it's really hard to get into the corners. It's just difficult. Well, they came up with a solution, and that is three-sided zippers so that you can just work on this as you go. And then when you're all done with it, well, first off, this pattern is really nice. Let's take a closer look. Got a lot of color blocking. That's going to be white, I believe. Let's see. Let me look at the pattern. Number 38. They give you a big paper pattern for this, which is great because you need a big paper pattern. It's not as big as the actual project, but this has 38 colors. So number 38 is 5200 white. Being that when you're done with this, and this will all rinse out, it's going to rinse out white. So you don't necessarily have to stitch all this if you don't want to. The symbols are very, very clear. I'm not seeing bleeding into other squares. They're staying in their own square. which is a big pet peeve of mine when they do that. I've actually stopped working on them sometimes because it gets so bad. But this actually looks really good. So there's some nice areas, but there's an awful lot of confetti, but I don't think it's any big deal. This is precious. So let's look at the pattern. I've got a beautiful pattern here with your legend, with your color chart, DMC codes. Now, is there a legend on this? No. So you will have to use this legend for your symbols here. So they are going to match. The symbols on here are going to match the symbols on here. So keep this handy. If it's too small for you, I mean, I really think it's fine. It's big. It's bigger than a lot of ones I've seen. I don't think it's difficult to read at all. It is just like on a paper. It almost makes you think a sticker because it's got that shiny back. But you could write on this no problem to keep track of where you're at. But you don't need to keep track as much as you would as if this was a counted kit. It has instructions on how to stitch, just like the other kit did. And then it has a picture of the actual picture. It's so cute. I thought that would look so cute on a pillow. So now let's look and see. Before I'm going to zip this up so you can see what it looks like because I'm real curious. But before we do that, let's look at what came with it. So this actually has a little kit. It has a little tool kit in a nice reusable bag. I like this because they're not flimsy thin. It's, you know, thick enough that you could save this and use it for even diamond painting gems if that's what you do. So we have a threader. And then we have a thimble that's adjustable. I'm just so known for jabbing myself. And then a poofy ball with 5 needles. Yeah, a poofy ball with 5 needles. I think that's great. Have any of you all ever broken a needle? I've never broken a needle. So I hear people breaking needles and I don't, could someone explain to me please? I don't know how you break a needle. Okay. So there you go, a nice little toolkit. Let's check out the floss for this because that's super important. Okay, so here's all the white that would be on the blue number 38 for the background. And like I said, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. I mean, that's a lot of time right there. That's a lot of floss, and this is a big areas. But these colors are just so pretty. So they've got these two over here. Now 38 is all this, but they only gave you that little bit on here just to let you know. Go down a little closer. Okay, so we've got this one. I'm going to do a measurement on this too, but look at the colors. They are just very muted. We've got some pinks, some greens. They really go with that picture. Got a lot of mauves, tans, browns, peaches, oranges, rusts, and then on this side we've got some darker colors. The greens, reds, browns. Very, very pretty colors to work with. A lot of floss, very soft floss. Like this floss a lot. I think this will be a great kit to do. Okay, let me get this wrapped up again, and then we're going to do a measurement on this canvas to see how big this pillowcase is. Where did I put my little measurement thing? Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's see what this is. So I'm going to measure this in inches. So I'm going to go from the edge of the zipper all the way across, and we have about 17¼ inches, and then I'm going to turn it this way. Just to give a rough idea. And it's about 17¼ inches too. Oh, that goes up a little higher. So yeah, it's a square. And I did buy a soft pillow form off Temu. I think it was like $3.48. That would fit in this. I thought that was a great price. And let's see how it does. So try zipping this up. I'm gonna have to go back up again. Give you guys better sight to see this. Okay, I don't think I've done this before. Let's see how it's supposed to work. So I think you zip it. Zip it again. And then I think you would turn it inside out, or turn it right side out. Okay, it's coming along here. Okay, so this would be the edges of your pillow, would be the zipper. It is nicely rounded along the edge, so I don't have a problem with that at all. And being that it's great with this design because all this is going to be white. So you're not trying to get part of a design down into a corner, which could be a problem. So I think that, and then you just, zippers on the outside over here to finish zipping it up. So you just kind of go around, tuck everything in. I suppose when you're done, you could even trim this so that there's not so much of it. And then let me show you the pillow I have. So I got this plain fiber fill, I would say, pillow on Temu. I think it might be a little small for this, but I thought it would be interesting to see if we could get it in here and see what it would look like. Because there are actually quite a few pillowcase designs on Fansells, and I noticed some of the other stores are offering them too, so there is a demand for them. Now this pillow might not be the exact right size, but we're just going to give it a try anyway. It zips up very, very easily. Stuff that in a little bit more. You know, and it's kind of cool with all these different pillowcase designs. You could like make them and then change them out for the season or the holiday, or you know, even for like a birthday, do a birthday one. Okay, so I put this in and I think it fits fine. Let me show you. There you go. I've got that pillow form in there. It fits absolutely fine. I mean, couldn't beat the price. I will have the price of this pillowcase kit down below in the description. I think it's very nicely made. really, for the cost of it. I mean, Fansells is such a budget-friendly store. And there's the little zipper hanging down, and then the top of it is totally sewn. That really can't beat the prices on this. They do have a special right now with a free gift when you order over 30 pounds. I haven't done the currency conversion, so I am not really sure how much US or Canadian 30 pounds is, but it's real easy to find that online. But isn't that beautiful? I just think that's so pretty. Let's look at the picture again. That is just so pretty. That's going to just be adorable. And they just had a lot to choose from too. They also offer those linen tote bags that I've shown you from time to time. So down below will be a link to Fansells along to with a link to these items that I've shown you today. Please check them out. They are fantastic. They have thousands upon thousands of items to choose from in all different kinds of crafting. And yeah, I think you will I think you'll find some good deals there. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, and thank you so very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.